Heyo everybody, I'm Nick and welcome to a little something called Yoshi's Story. Let's turn the page and begin our little tale, shall we? Out of the blue, the island fell, darkened by an evil spell. The blink of an eye was all it took, and the island became a storybook. The super happy tree vanished too, and once happy Yoshis began to stew. Only baby Bowser could be so mean to ruin the happy Yoshi's dream. The island had paid an awful cost, for the super happy tree was lost. Elsewhere on the pop-up aisle, some Yoshi eggs survived the trial. The spotted eggs in that Yoshi nest would soon face baby Bowser's test. One by one they began to hatch, 6 little Yoshis, a perfect batch. They scratched their heads and looked around. Some even tried to pound the ground. Sadness darkened every Yoshi's face. It should have been a super happy place. They quickly saw the problem at hand required a cunning Yoshi plan. If we grow super happy, the Yoshis thought, we'll spoil Bowser's evil plot. Their mission then was crystal clear. They had to go and spread the cheer. So it was they all agreed to rescue the super happy tree. They set out to follow the trail of fruit to find where the tree had taken root. One Yoshi wondered as he bounced if baby Bowser could be trounced. We'll stay together, the others cried, and stomp his baby Bowser hide. By eating fruit and having fun, the deed would surely soon be done. And so the Yoshi's quest began to find the tree and save the land. Just turn the page and you will see how happiness grows in a tree. So we'll actually go into the game per se. So, story mode is playing the levels. Trial mode, you get to pick whatever level you want out of levels you've cleared. Options are options, and practice is a tutorial. Luckily, they have some in-game tutorials too, but I have one quick little secret. If you stay on the trial mode screen here long enough, you get to hear the secret Tataka song. So that's fun, and there's... Thinking about it now, it's like, oh yeah, Kazumi Tataka, he did the music for Animal Crossing on GameCube, and it sounded the same here. Also, here's Tataka's song, and I'm talking over it. I'm a douche. Also, if you kind of notice certain frames holding for like a bit, there were a bunch of like black cuts, and I didn't want to hurt my viewers' eyes when it was happening over 100 times throughout this entire production. Goodness gracious, I actually used the word production on this. Anywho, whenever you start a new adventure, you get to pick one of 4 levels. And you get to pick a lucky fruit. And I'm gonna say this now, I am using bonus Yoshis because I can. I will say this right now, they are superior to the other colored Yoshis, the white and black ones. I'll explain more of them as they go along. So the main goal of any single level is to eat 30 pieces of fruit. You can gobble up enemies per usual, and you also have this sniff ability. And you get to find little secrets around. So you go right ahead and ground pound whenever Yoshi's going woo woo. We've got flutter jumps per usual. If you played Yoshi's Island, you could remember you stock 6 eggs. But the way you aim them is a little bit different. You just aim them wherever you wish. And once you're full health, your eggs explosions will become bigger. So normally, the normal colored Yoshis, they would have egg explosions that were equal to the white and black Yoshi's normal size. They get an even bigger explosion. So yeah, if you notice I'm getting melons here, actually I should talk about the Mistwarps first. These are your fast travel points throughout a level. Awaken a Mistwarp, you go right back to it. If you happen to lose a Yoshi, you will start back at the last Mistwarp you awakened. Now here's Pachyderm. Give him a good ground pounding so you can jump over for whatever reason. Surprise balls, lick a ball, you'll get right on top of it. There are 30 melons in every level, and trying to hunt them down is a pain. And if you eat 6 of a single kind of fruit in a row, you will get a super happy heart, making you temporarily invincible, and you can throw as many eggs as you want. These flowers are here to just fully restore your health. And whenever you eat one of the designated lucky fruit, you get a full heal. Each of the normal Yoshis will have different preferences for what fruit they like and what kind of Shy Guy colors they like to eat. Whenever you clear one of these mini games, there's more than one kind of these. You can earn up to 7 melons, and believe me, I don't like that. You can also eat the fruit right out of a Shy Guy's hand. It's kind of funny. Yep, and getting hurt kind of stings a little, so let's just keep eating those melons. Magic vases will allow us to warp. Down we go. Isn't that a nice little page turn? And now we even have Poochie here! So, usually when Poochie's around, Poochie's usually here to help you find secrets. Also, you could use your tongue in weird ways. So Poochie's usually good about helping you finding secrets. If Poochie's around, best use your sniffer. And the happy hearts here, when you collect them in levels, they help you access more levels. So yeah, if you want to play as many levels as possible, you have to go hunting these hearts out. Except in the final world, because I don't know why they have happy hearts there. It's just how it is. And these butterfly things are a free full heal. And sometimes you can even find platforms. When you collect all these coins out of a block, they can sometimes be in balloons too. Yep, I have scuffed because of all of the frame holding I had to do. Trying to look at it all was a nightmare. And this is an editor me part. You probably won't have seen it, but there's more frame holds I have to apply while I'm going through this wave of scrubbing. Luckily, it should be all mostly at the beginning, because once I realized this was a problem, I went in really hard with trying to get all of these cuts out. And it's at this point, after I awakened the last Mistwarp, yeah, that's bad. I have to go looking around the level. Anyway, this ground pounding is just me showing off you can pound the ground and change Shy Guy colors to whatever you want. So if you're playing the normal Yoshis, that's how you get a color you want. And now begins the hunt. Luckily for you guys, the hunt won't take too long. For me, though, oh, this took a while. Oh, this took a while. Going for all the melons in every level is not fun if you don't know where they are, but once you have every single melon, that's it. Level's done. Levels will just loop until you have 30 fruits. when you get all the melons in a level, normally a heart would appear. But since I got all the normal melons, I got a melon instead. And that's usually how you boost your score really, really high. Not only is there... Okay, brain, you need to work with me here. As you get multiplier, as you eat fruit sequentially, you get a score multiplier. And so the adventure began. Yoshi set out to find the super happy tree. Uchi and the dog helped out. Not even elephants could stop the Yoshis. So far, so good. If they could stay happy, the tree would be saved. The page turned and the Yoshis grew happier. Please ignore the chanting could sound like eat asshole. I don't know what it is with people. Anywho, here we have the cavern. If you're looking to unlock the Black Yoshi, there's 2 levels in here you can play to unlock him. So I'm also showing that you can actually scroll the book around with the C buttons. I decided to go into the jelly pipe. And it's at this point I've decided to cut out the Yoshi selection because I'm gonna pick white whenever I can. Anywho, it's really goopy in here. Also, I love the music in here. I don't know why it's like we're rapping with Yoshis. Also, this beat has been used for Yoshi committing tax evasion memes. I don't know. Also, it's at this point that I've decided I'm not going to care about melons. Also, there's a thing called bitterness. There will be some enemies and objects that you don't want to eat as normal Yoshis. They will actively hurt you. So you don't want to do that. And then you have these spikes here. Spikes hurt. Don't touch them. So now that I'm here, there's a mechanic that I'm not going to be bringing up till a bit later that I forgot at this point. Is if you hold up on the control stick while you attempt to do a flutter jump, you can go higher. Yeah, I'm a dumbass there. I needed that block to get to the happy heart. And it won't respawn, so... Welp. Also, at anything you think would look like a door, you press up and you go through. I'm eventually going to be cutting all of those page turns out. But I just think, at first, they're cool. Don't touch the spiky guys! But we've got another happy heart there, and we've got these weird boos that move in whatever direction opposite direction you push the control stick at. So try to not have them run into you. But they'll also move while you're holding an egg and trying to move things around, move the cursor around, because you're trying to move the stick. And unfortunately, they get in the way of your tongue, which is awkward. And they can even move while you're stunned, too, so be very, very careful. There's quite a few of those boos in this level, so keep that in mind. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting level, if kind of inoffensive compared to the stuff they try to do later. Anywho, there's a couple melons over here. Actually, a couple. There's 3 of them. A couple. Usually a couple insinuates 2. I guess now I'm thinking about it, I believe this is the first Yoshi game to use the modern Yoshi voice, so I say modern. They actually recast Yoshi and Mario Wonder, but up until this point, Yoshi has used the same voice. Yeah, I wasn't expecting these guys to be here. There's actually another thing you can do if you're actually hunting for all of the melons in this level, is you need to push blocks into goo. I don't know how that works, it just does. It's here I finally end up realizing, oh, holding up on the control stick makes you flutter jump higher. I'm a dummy. Happy heart collected. Let's go ahead and wake him up, which is a good thing because you send yourself right back to the start by going through this pipe for whatever reason. Let's cut back over there, shall we? Or actually, I can at least show off what using a Miss Warp looks like. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to avoid getting the final fruit, because there's one last thing I want to show off in this level. So let's go down the magic vase, and we'll see what's going on in here. It's a mini-boss! So you gotta get yourself some eggs first. I already end up having maximum. When you try to hit the slug with an egg, it will try and shrink. It's because the actual weakness are the eyes. You gotta aim an explosion for the eyes. All it really only takes those 3 hits, and the slug will be no more. This thing is like very easy to deal with. So once you blow it up, yeah, Yoshi will growl at enemies, which is kind of weird to me. So let's get out of here. And let's go ahead and grab the last melon and end this level. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention why I'm complaining about all of the editing I have to do. It's because the previous tapes I have all recorded in SP. I recorded this in EP mode. And so that's why the footage looks way more unstable. I'm not going to be recording any future videos like this ever again because I've done enough editing pass-throughs and just like, stop. The Yoshis decided to take a shortcut through a pipe that went underground. Below it was dark and damp, and the creatures that lived there were ugly and slimy. They were scared, but they crawled through. What could be at the other end? The next page turned, and the Yoshis grew happier. I have to make sure I don't miss my narrator voice. Now we're up in the clouds. And because I missed a heart, that's unfortunate. Let's go cloud cruising, shall we? Ain't this quaint looking? Anywho, we have these snakes here. If you land on them, they go! And like that, I miss one. Like an idiot. So I'm just like, I might as well collect some stuff while I'm here. Get some eggs. What? Well, so much for that, right? Anywho, whenever you jump on one of the snakes, they will reverse the direction they're going. So by going up, they'll go down, down, they'll go up. And there's actually a hidden melon here, so don't forget it. And this is the other kind of snake you can find. So this one will swap between going left and right, but you'll be constantly going up. Do try your best not to fall, because if you fall down, you're either going to be going a long way back up, or you'll hit a bottomless pit, and you lose your Yoshi, which is bad. Anywho, those peppers, eat them as a normal Yoshi, they will hurt you. But the white and black Yoshis can eat them, which is neat. I don't know why I triggered that snake to go, but... ah, well. This screen is particularly weird, because you can see these Shy Guys coming in. Wait a moment, and they will be on you. They don't give you any points for eating them, so just take their fruits if you want, and move on. Ooh, coming up is actually one of my favorite pipe sounds in all of Mario. I don't know why I particularly love the sound these pipes make when you go into them. So let's get the Miss Warp first. Oh, nice. Honestly, I have no idea what was with this screen. I stayed here a while, and I'm like, all the secrets I'm finding are coins. I am leaving. And now for one of the other gimmicks in the level is a friendly little dragon here. He'll just sway around up and down. So just try your best to collect melons and throw eggs at switches. You need to hit them dead on if you want to activate them. And actually, I like this sound effect too, if I'm being honest. So let's go ahead and get through the vase. I am now skipping page transitions. And this is another gimmick where you have to hit the switches. And make sure you have plenty of eggs with you so you keep hitting the switches. Otherwise, this could be an ordeal, because don't be me. Yeah, eggs will collide with the clouds and you will fail. However, I kind of get this awesome trick shot. I don't make it, but I think that I personally felt that was awesome. And I'm lucky I didn't fall through the gap and die. That could have been bad. Hello again, dragon. And yes, the bees will be here to harass you too. It's just one of those, you just want to be a pain in the ass? Okay. And here's the last of the Miss Warps, so once you go back through this vase, you're back to looping around the stage. So why don't we go ahead and grab our final fruit and end the level? Or so you think! Sloopity slurp, I'm so sweet, you can't lick me. Say hello to one of the easiest bosses in games ever. You kill it by eating it. Sure, as it gets smaller and smaller, it gets faster, but if you just mash B enough, you did it. If you get hurt, eat it. It restores your health. Whose bright idea was this? Anywho, every single one of the World 3 levels will have a boss at the end of it. I just happened to pick this one. Most of the bosses won't be that challenging. Just gonna say that now. Although it has been a really long time since I've played them, so we'll see about that. As the Yoshis were walking, they found a trail of clouds that led to the sky. The Yoshis were afraid of falling, but they walked on the clouds anyway. Up in the sky, they met Cloud and Candy, who was mean, but tasted sweet. The page turned, and the Yoshis grew happier. And it's now at this point, I am going to make a massive mistake, because childhood trauma is going to kick in. Well, as far as video games go. Let's get into it. The jungle puddle. It's not this first screen in particular, it's what's coming up. And it's why whenever I play this level, I'm like, grab everything, please. At the very least, we sit. And honestly, the swimming controls in this game are kinda cool. Tilt your control stick in the direction. Yoshi will go that direction. So let's go ahead and... They actually give you 2 of the happy hearts in this one screen, so that's cool. And there's these weird fruits that fall into the water. I believe those will hurt you if you make contact with them. Now, here's another block gimmick here. So I'm gonna go ahead and crush the middle one, and then you push 2 blocks together, and that gives you 2 melons. Kinda neat. Here's the second of the happy hearts. So let's go ahead and grab that. Yep, let's go ahead and activate the second of the Miss Warps. Here we go. It's this second screen that... So on this screen, there's a giant fish that's trying to eat you. And obviously, if you get eaten, it's an instant kill. There's a point here where like, oh, I'm gonna make a mistake. I was like, I try to go for that, but then he gets me, and he thinks I taste awful. If you lose one of the special Yoshis, you have to replay the game to go get him again. So I will end up doing that for what I call my redemption run. So for the rest of this playthrough, I'll be playing with the Black Yoshi. The Black Yoshi's voice is pitched down quite a bit. It's like, why does this make me sound slightly uncomfortable? If I had grabbed that fruit while I was going, I wouldn't have lost the white Yoshi. But Redemption Run will play more levels, specifically ones I hadn't already played. I just gotta make sure I get the happy hearts in the second level if I want to do that. So that's something for future me to worry about. The jungle lake was swimming with hungry fish called blurps. The blurps would swim and jump, but mostly they liked to eat and eat. The Yoshis didn't want to become fish bait, so they quickly swam away. The page turned, and the Yoshis grew happier. Stupid blurps. We get lots of jellyfish, so if you didn't do any swimming in the jungle, you're gonna be doing some here. Although if you pick the level up top, you actually won't be doing any swimming up there. You'll mostly be dealing with Shy Guys. I'm mostly, at this point, kind of like... I'm a little upset that I let the bloop get me. But I get over it. So let's go ahead and activate the first Miss Warp. And then let's go down a pipe. Ready to swim past a whole bunch of jellyfish? That's basically what you're doing down here, as you swim around to try and grab all of the fruit that you want. And also the happy hearts that are down here too. The red jellyfish will try to home in on you. They can be jerks. So let's go and get our first happy heart down here. Try to make sure you know, don't get stung. It just hurts. It's fine. So, yeah, there could be more than one of the yellow jellyfish on screen too, which is kind of a pain in the neck. So let's go ahead and grab that and get ourselves a move on. Because there's at least a second happy heart over here. Let's go ahead and snag that. Wow, I let myself swim there for a little bit, huh? And then we have a heart over here to make us invincible for a bit. Kinda nifty. Let's go up ahead here, and here are these particular flowers that will turn you into an egg, and when you hold the opposite direction of the way you want to launch, and then you fire. As you can see, you can launch yourself multiple ways. These will mostly be useful in other levels. I don't know why they introduced it there. I actually don't even really know what the point of that was, and yeah, these bastards were on me. I want out of here! And now we have another quote-unquote mini-boss? You can't hurt this thing. It'll just try to home in on you. It can't hurt you if you touch it though, so just be careful. And don't do what I will end up doing here in just a second is... This room is pretty much full of your favorite fruit, but I end up nicking the tail, which is weird. So let's just do ourselves a quick sit and get ourselves out of here. There is one other set of enemies in here, though, and it's these Shy Guys that are in submarines trying to shoot missiles at us. What joy! So they're gonna try and shoot me, and I'll get the final of the happy hearts in this particular level. So let's go ahead and activate another Miss Warp, and we'll play another mini-game that we have to jump as far as we can. I'm not super good with these, so I just want to do enough that will end this level, please. I am at a diagonal, which is kind of funny. Let's go ahead and grab that final melon, and let's get ourselves out of here! Yoshi! Anyway, this final set of levels coming up, you're not really gonna have a pleasant time no matter what you pick, so you're just gonna have to pick your poison. Then again, it is the final world after all, so let's see. To go any further, the Yoshis had to brave the ocean. They jumped in. They liked to swim, but the jellyfish's sting spoiled their fun. So they swam to dry land. Now they were almost to the end of the book. The page turned, and the Yoshis grew happier. Here we go, the finale, the castle. So pick your castle. I ended up going with the magma castle here. Although I did take a moment to kind of rotate the book around a bit. Just because at least this looks really cool. I should also probably mention that it's really cool that this is just a straight up 2D sprite game on the N64. And that the game plays at 60 frames per second. Something I should have said way earlier, but oh well. The only 3D is when you're on the book, which is neat. Also, yeah, there's this weird thing. You can hop on its shots. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. Also, if you couldn't have guessed, getting through 30 fruits to end this level will take you to a boss fight. And as it's the finale, we're gonna end up seeing this game's iteration of Baby Bowser. Yeah, lava. It hurts. Don't touch it. Who'd have thunk it, but the way it flows is more freaking than you might think. So, and there is a second here where I do touch it, and whew, that could have been bad. But yeah, the platform sizes can also depend on your health too, which is a frankly weird mechanic that I don't understand is a thing. Keep your platforms the same size, please. Don't make them consistent based on your health. And it's here where I'm like, ah, damn it, I need an egg. There's a block here, but they make getting eggs a whole friggin' pain. And then there's this guy here. You can push him around with your tongue, but that's it. He's otherwise indestructible. Let's go ahead and deal with that, and I screw this part up, and ow. And we unfortunately leave a melon behind. Ah, well, we're almost done with the castle anyway, so I thought there was something up there, so let's go ahead, get our fruits, and let's take this fight to this baby turtle. What have we here? Mario's little pet. I have pets too. Let's all play together. And I guess at this point, I stop caring about text. Anywho, if you grab the heart in the middle, this tree will grow at least 2 of them. So yeah, you get invincibility for the final boss fight. How is this fair for Bowser? Anywho, use whatever eggs you have to make explosions up top. If you can't get eggs, you use the bombs that are around. This fight has 2 phases. They aren't particularly hard though. So, all you gotta do is throw explosions in his face. That's all you gotta do. And while you're invincible, you throw infinite eggs, so you just gotta make sure you hit him, that's all. Just another 3 hits, and he's done for. Yeah, oh, this hurts. I hate you, beauty. Yoshi, don't get your stupid tree back here. Fruits taste rotten in me. And that's a playthrough of Yoshi's story. If you don't really care too much about your score, this blows by really fast. You're like, 6 levels? That's it. That's all. And yeah, I did end up getting a high score, and because I'm not happy about it, I'm like, ah! Oh yeah, you can also enter your name with Japanese characters too. That's a novelty. So, let's go through this story we made, shall we? In a sense, it's a pick your own adventure. And so, the adventure began. The Yoshi set out to find the super happy tree. Poochie the dog helped out. Not even elephants could stop the Yoshis. So far so good. If they could stay happy, the tree would be saved. The Yoshis decided to take a shortcut through a pipe that went underground. Below, it was dark and damp, and the creatures that lived there were ugly and slimy. They were scared, but they crawled through. What could be at the other end? As the Yoshis were walking, they found a trail of clouds that led to the sky. The Yoshis were afraid of falling, but they walked on the clouds anyway. Up in the sky, they met Cloud and Candy, who was mean but tasted sweet. The jungle lake was swimming with hungry fish called blurps. The blurps would swim and jump, but mostly they liked to eat and eat. The Yoshis didn't want to become fish bait, so they quickly swam away. To go any farther, the Yoshis had to brave the ocean. They jumped in. They liked to swim, but the jellyfish's sting spoiled their fun. So they swam to dry land. Now they were almost to the end of the book. The Yoshis found the castle and figured the super happy tree was there. Instead, they found hot lava and a hot-tempered baby Bowser. But happiness wins in the end, and the Yoshis paddled baby Bowser. The day was won, and Bowser fell. The super happy tree was well. Yoshis were happy as could be. The heroes danced before the tree. And the Yoshis lived happily ever after. This story is a happy end. But it's not the happiest end. Which is why I had said earlier, but I'm going to record a redemption run. We're getting the white Yoshi back, and we're going to get all 8 of them. We're going to let the credits play through this first time, but I'm going to get a little more cut happy in the second run, just because we already got all the Yoshis. So I won't play the credits again. But the baby Bowser fight's probably going to end up being skipped unless something hilarious happens. But, thanks so much everybody for choosing Yoshi's story. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about this game coming back to it. I love that the sprites are all really good, especially with how fluid Yoshi moves. But, I'm not entirely happy with collecting fruit as a mechanic, per se. Just because you can end a level really fast if you wish. But, I mean, it's okay. You could play worse. But don't try to 100% this game, please. It's going to be a pain. But ultimately, with that, I think I'll see you guys in the redemption run. So with that, I'm a Nick, and I will see you guys next time.